welcome Johannes to give me a legal preliminary of this issue, then I'll come back to you. Johannes, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, the last time you were on the show...
I'm glad to be here.
Great. The last time you were on the show, you came through phone, and today we're meeting you also joining the Zoom team. And before we go to areas of interest to you, let me just take your point on this issue legally. Do you think that you can stop somebody from giving a prophecy? Because let's look at the law. The law allows me to have my freedom and say what I want, but your right ends at where somebody's right begins. Now, if a prophecy is channeled out through the media space, what should you who feel disappointed with that prophecy do? Are you to go and fight the person, or you use the legal premise?
Okay, thank you so much for your question. I think this would have been best dealt with by a lawyer, but now we affirm some of the things. With regards to prophecy and the law, I mean, there is little you could do, most especially with the fact that in Ghana, we see ourselves as a nation that, is a nation that is religious, okay? And you see that in our anthem and all that. But then the line has to be drawn. The question is, if whatever message you are cutting across has the tendency to affect and disturb the peace and tranquility in the country, then you can't be questioned. And so you don't wake up just any day and tell us that you heard this from a supernatural person, which of course not all of us will believe that, and therefore you just smear the message like that. You cannot just wake up today and come and tell us a heinous message such that the president of the country is going to, die tomorrow and that he's going to be assassinated. And we just leave you like that. We should call you for interrogations because, we are dealing with the remit of the law. And the remit of the law does not have in its form some of these spiritual or supernatural things that we see. And so when we call you, you would have to come and answer some questions. And so for me, the line is, if it is having the tendency or affecting peace and tranquility, if it has the tendency of bringing chaos, if it has the tendency of causing people to be displaced and causing, destruction and chaos, then we should be able to bring you before the law and ask you certain questions. And if you are unable to prove yourself, or in fact, so for such prophecies, if we see them coming to pass, it might be that you have a hand in it. Because remember, not everybody is a Christian. Not everybody would believe what you purport to be, the prophecy you are bringing. And so even in prophecy, we should be circumspect about certain things. Now, I feel Ghanaians are too much sunk into these things. People have lost the focus for whatever religion they practice, and that is what they seek to hear. And so I think my brother was mentioning some of them. Now you find out that a lot of people are into churches, are into religion because of the business of it, because there is no job. It's like people going to be nurses and doctors and are killing our patients because there is no job and they don't have the passion for it, but because they need money, they go in for it. And so I believe that we all have to be very circumspect about it. Bible says we should test our spirit to see if they are approved of God. And so if we have that idea at the back of our mind, let us see how these things work. Because I tell you, issues of the law are very, 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 very critical.
Yeah.
And you might have certain issues that you cannot add your scriptural connotations to it if you are put before a law of court. Why am I saying that? A law of court deals with evidences, strictly evidences that have been adduced. And so if you come and say these are spiritual matters, no one understands you. You are in a different terrain. And so I think that is what we need to, look at, and then it should gather.